Let's talk a bit on restaurant business. A lot of people, the first choice of businesses that they think of doing is usually food related. It's got nothing to do with whether you're a man or a woman. Everybody loves food, and that's where the business starts. As somebody who wants to start a restaurant, the first move, it's not about the food you want to cook. It's about what food your customers want to eat. Because at the end of the day, you're not serving yourself. Of course, there are restaurants that serve foods that nobody else knows about. That is at a level where you have become so well known, or the market wants something totally different, and you're willing to wait out the time. As a restaurant owner, just cooking or making foods, creating foods isn't enough to generate revenue. You actually have to come up with ideas on what kind of new cutleries to design, what kind of new plates and pans that you could make and resell to the market, which is where it comes back to you. For instance, the best restaurant that comes to mind for me is like a botanical garden where all your fresh fruits are growing around in pots like gardeners do, and your fresh fish is in a tank, your meats are supplied. You know, in some cases, you could have your meats crawling, as like a little zoo. That would be cruel a bit to say, but um, we have ocean based meats where people can choose whatever fish or clams or crayfish they want. But when it comes to land based creatures, we are a bit delicate with them because they actually make noise, and we feel pity and mercy for them, So, taking into consideration what makes a restaurant thrive is if you first take survey of what kind of foods within the area people want to eat, and then gradually you introduce what you want to prepare. So, or alongside with what people want, you also do your own thing, and you can ask them, would you like your own menu or would you like the restaurant's menu? There is a story about a lady who I spoke with about how she started her restaurant. She didn't have enough money to buy all the cutleries and pans and spoons that she needed, and curtains and tablecloths and the chairs. So, what happened was that every day she bought a plate, and she encouraged herself that way to spend on what she needed to save. So, in the end, she ended up having an idea of having a restaurant where each customer gets his own colored plates, own type of spoons, so, and the tablecloths were all different colors. A lot of people pressure themselves with meeting up to a particular kind of standard rather than being creative about what they want to do. They rush into getting everything sorted and done without getting used to the idea of the business itself, motivating yourself every day, gradually, step by step, because bills are mounting up. You need to take care of family, you need to take care of tools, you need to take care of yourself. So eventually, you end up starting a business all at once, and the pressure gets to you, and you end up shutting down. Restaurants in reality aren't started just by one person. There are certain businesses that you can start alone, and there are certain businesses you start with a lot of people. So, knowing how to manage yourself is different from how to manage other people. There are so many aspects to a restaurant. My best advice would be to have a restaurant that is like a botanical garden. You are saving yourself the headache of having to store up your fresh produce, and your customers at the same time they end up enjoying the environment. There are so many varieties of restaurants that one can have. Open grill restaurant where everything is just grilled. The customers can come and grill by themselves if they want to. If you have entertainment like darts, table based kind of games, you are adding an entertainment aspect to your your restaurant. It becomes like a sports club, but it's still a restaurant. Gradually, all of these ideas did not come to a person in one day. People developed business concepts over generations, and it's almost like today it seems it's very easy and information is available out there on what to do. In reality, every development that you see today took many, many years to develop. So, do have a restaurant that is like a botanical garden. Have your ocean based meats to start with. have it in grill, and you'll be in an easy environment. A lot of startups in restaurant business, they start wanting to look posh, but the average societies that we live in, they are normal, easy people where there is no need for culturing anybody. Those are the kind of restaurants that thrive. When you're setting high end type of restaurants, those are for events. We're mistaking the truth to restaurants. Events where you can sit and have a wedding. It's not a botanical garden. I hope you take notice, and I will keep the texts on this video as we go. Startup City, food for thought. Love ya.